Geometry 1, Chapter 2 Test, Topic 8. Be able to determine what can and cannot be assumed from a given picture. Now, the main thing to remember about this topic is that if your picture does not specifically tell you something is true, you cannot assume it to be true. So you need to look for the markings. You need to know what the markings are for all of the different vocabulary words and only go off of what the picture says. So the example, determine which can and cannot be assumed from the picture below. The first one, line N and M are parallel. Here's line N and here's line M. Well, they look parallel to me. Parallel means they will never cross. These two lines don't cross on this paper. But is that what the picture says? Or are we making a conclusion here? So what symbols would you need to see on the paper for them to be parallel? Well, the symbol for parallel are little arrows on the lines. Are there arrows on line N and M? And the answer is no. So can we assume it? No. The reason? There are no parallel symbols. We would need to see arrows on the lines. Sometimes they're even double arrows, 2 arrows on each of them, but here the only arrows on N and M are the ones on the ends. Part B, angle 1 and angle 2 are vertical angles. Well, angle 1 is over here and angle 2 is here. Vertical angles are angles who are opposite one another in an X. So the question becomes, is there an X here with the 1 and the 2? Well, what I see is a line that goes this way and a line that goes this way. There is an X. And 1 and 2 are opposite one another in the X. That is in fact true. There's nothing here that could make that wrong because M is a line and Q is a line. We know these are straight. That's not just an illusion for us. So, which can and cannot be assumed true? This one can. Yes, it can be assumed true because of the X. Now we could get more mathematically sophisticated here, use the actual definition of vertical angles. The sides are opposite rays, things like that. But here we're just focusing on practicing not making conclusions from pictures unless that conclusion is actually justified. So angle 1 and angle 3 are a linear pair, part C. Well, remember, a linear pair are 2 angles that make a line together. So let's look at angle 1 and angle 3. They're over here. Angle 1 comes up this way, and angle 3 goes out that way. And notice together, 2 angles, 1 and 3, do make a straight line. They form line M. That's the definition of linear pair. So here, yes, you can make this conclusion because they make a line. Or let's say they make line M. Now it is important that there are only 2 angles there, but in this picture there are only 2. It's angle 1 and 3. The last one, line N is perpendicular to line Q. Line N and line Q. So let's see here. Here's line N, goes this way. Here's line Q, goes this way. Perpendicular means 90 degrees. So the question is it guaranteed that those 2 lines cross at 90 degrees? Well, if you look very carefully at angles 5, 6, 7, and 8, there's this mark right here in the corner, like a little square. Well, what does that little square mean? That square means it's a 90-degree angle. So can we assume that they cross at 90 degrees? Absolutely, because right here, there's a symbol that says they cross at 90 degrees. Yes, we can conclude that. because of the 90-degree symbol.